Hey guys, let's get stretching. It's a beautiful sunny day and I just want to soak in the sun. If you can ever get out in the sun and do some stretching in the sun, soak in that vitamin D, do it. It feels amazing. So I just have a towel here. I also have a chair that we're going to use for some lifted positions. So get what you need, get a nice quiet place, and let's do it. Inhale, lift, deep breath. Exhale, release. Let's just roll those shoulders back, wide feet here. I always like to turn out my hips, match your toes and knees out to that turnout of your hips. Roll the shoulders down and back. Again, deep inhale, reach. Exhale, roll them back and forward. Let's roll them forward just a little. Roll out those wrists. Get rid of that tension, release. We'll go ahead and just take a little shift here. Flip the wrists. Slight pressure, not too much. And release. I want to open that chest, contract, round it in. Open, expand, round it in. Belly button comes in through the low back, open and in. Remember, we're opening, expanding, and then drawing those abs in, rounding the back. Again, open and in, open and in. Give yourself that little hug. Slight torso twist here. You should be pretty good at this now. And just extending. I'm just going to reach, just kind of get those abs lengthened here. Extend, reach it slowly. Reach it further. My knees are bent. I'm focusing on my shoulders staying up like they're on the wall behind me. And release, just fold it all the way over. Bend the knees deeply. Roll it up. Take your time and release. Whew. Nice work. Okay, so we're gonna get into a little bit into the legs. We'll take a lunge here all the way down if you're ready for that. Otherwise, you're here. Just focus on working down through opening the hip. Okay, I'm gonna take that leg out wide. Hands are under the shoulders or on fists, or again, use that yoga block if you need to. And release, drop that back knee. Carefully, deep stretch through that hip flexor on the right side. If you'd like to, we can open here, give it a little pressure with the inside of the hand or the elbow. If you want to take it all the way down to the elbows, you can, all the way down. I'm just going to go here today. Open here and lift back up. Walk that foot back to center. Carefully bringing it in just a little. Bend the knees and then slowly roll it up. We'll bring the feet together. Okay, same thing other side. So we'll lunge the legs again. Railroad tracks, not balance beam. Here to start. When you're ready, take it all the way down. Oh, that sun feels so good. If you don't have sun where you're at doing this, I'm gonna give you my sun. Open and turn out that foot. Again, making sure the knee is over the ankle, not way out there with your foot and your knees hanging out somewhere over here. You want to keep that alignment there at 90 degree with that bend in the knee. Hands are under the shoulders or on fists, whatever you need. Drop that bottom leg, release through that hip down there, or opening up the hip flexor here. Stretching through that left side now. A little extra opening here, so I'm going to take my hand, kind of push that here. You might not even need any extra because it's a deep stretch. We're already opening the hip. On the elbows all the way down if you want. And back down with the hand onto the back foot. Carefully walk it back to center. Bring that back foot in a little. Bend and then slowly roll it up. Okay, so I want to get your chair. We're going to get your prop. Okay, so I've got this chair. I'm going to focus on a lift. Somebody's mowing the lawn around here, so again, we're outside. You deal with the noises from outside, right? So we've got our chair, something lifted. You can even do this on like a couch or a bed. I want it to be something that's super soft enough, not like a cement wall. We're going to be doing a standing position. So we bend the knee. A pigeon is on the ground. If you haven't done a pigeon, it looks like this. We're in here. We're opening through the hip, flexing that foot for that front leg. I want to do it in an elevated position. So we're going to bend here. Straight forward is parallel. I want you to turn open. So turn that knee this direction. Flex that front foot and then just walk your foot back a little bit. Okay, so it's going to be an intense stretch for your hip. If you want extra, making sure you're always flexing that foot, you can bring your foot literally all the way on top of that surface. So my foot is here, it looks like this, the shape of my arm, here, right here. My hip is here. Bend your back knee, so make sure that we're keeping that safe positioning. You don't want to arch your back, you just want a long spine. I'm going to extend that back leg, it gets deeper in there, so you experiment and see what feels good for you guys. Maybe pushing off the chair here, or whatever you're pushing on. If you've got a couch, something you're using, bending here, maybe extending a little bit. I'm going to move through the position a little bit. Feels so good. Lift the chest, keep the back long. Think about a long neck versus up and arched or forced, or shoulders are lifted. We want to drop those shoulders away from those ears. And release. Gravity's doing the work on this. Okay, so this is kind of a faux elevated version of a pigeon, but we're moving in and out of the position gently and slowly. Extend that leg. Deep breath. And exhale. All right, let's change up. Carefully bring it back in. We'll change up the feet. Straight forward, but then we can open up that hip, okay? So flexing the foot, you can keep it down here low. I'm gonna take it here up on top of the chair because my hip is able to allow me to do that, but if not, do what you need for your body. Flex that front foot to protect your knee. You don't wanna just collapse and put all the weight there. We're holding ourselves up here. We've got weight on that back leg, and then as you bend, you're taking weight back here, getting a little glute butt work, hamstring work in there at the same time. Maybe I'm pushing here, lifting and lengthening, working my best to keep my back long, and then I can go gently from the bend to the extension, bending and extending slowly, working through this position. Intense hip work, but so good. I'm gonna hang out in this bent position for a second because I really need some drop in my hip here. Extend it slightly, lifting that chest, bring it back to center, and here. So I want to use my chair for a little downward dog position. So whatever you've got, shift the hips back, both feet are facing parallel, same direction as my shoulders, and I'm just going to shake through my hips, slightly shifting side to side. Keep your back nice and long, no pressure in the shoulders, okay? It's just for balance or just for a slight hanging over here. Let's go ahead and round the back and release. So hands here, rounding the back and releasing. See, as I pull my hips way back, I'm getting a little extra stretch to the back of those legs. You do what you need, but if you're really flexible and you want that extension, pull back, keep the length in your neck, lifting and releasing. Again, one more time. In and releasing. Take one hand, we take it onto the outside of your ankle. Other hand can come on top of your back or hang here. Option is here. Bring it back to center. Where an opposite hand crosses over. Lift and onto your back. Otherwise, you're still holding onto that chair. You do what you need to do, but you want to try to keep the weight between both legs even on this one, guys, so that you can twist through the waist and the back of the legs, but not only on one side. And back to center. Bend. Slowly roll it up. Whew, that was pretty good. Okay, one more time. We're gonna cross over the legs here. I'm gonna take the chair, push my hips out to the side so my hips and knees are facing the same direction with my toes, and just dip my hip out, kind of like a rounded position here. And then I'm gonna find a flat, lengthened back and pull back into my hips. Okay, so I'm just leaning away. The great thing about a chair is you can move it. Just make sure it's not one that slides or tips over. I have my foot flexed, my top foot here. The outside edge of my foot is on the ground, and I'm dipping into that hip. Really good stretch for that IT band on the side of the leg. And lift. We're gonna do the opposite leg. So let me move the chair here. Whew. Cross over. These are so good. Think about a rounded hip goes out, and then you turn the shoulders toward your chair, pulling here so that we've got the outside of the leg stretching here, flexing that foot. I'm on the outside of the leg, on the outside of my foot, and releasing. The upper body is not doing this work. And release. Nice Nice job, you guys. So that's a lot of leg work there. We're just gonna take a few seconds and drop it down to the ground and finish out on the ground here. Let's take a deep breath in. Up and over, stretch long to the side. Walk that right arm out, drop the elbow, lift and lengthen through that extension, pulling down through your left hip. Bring it back to center, up and out to the side. Move my chair out of the way, drop the elbow, reach up and over. And lift and lengthen. One more extension, reach out here, gently over, roll it all the way down. Roll your shoulders back and lift, deep breath in. And release, exhale, one more. Inhale and exhale. Thank you guys, you did a great job. I will see you tomorrow.